Most people breeze through Padangbai without a second thought. It's that ferry town where you grab a ticket to Lombok, the Gillies, Nusa Penida. But here's the twist. Padangbai's got some unexpected charm. Think peaceful beaches, great snorkeling just off the sand, delicious local street food, and yes, we even found a budget hotel with a view you'd normally pay triple the price for. Not bad for a so-called stopover town.
Once you get past the port area, and I'll say you get to the relatively quiet beachfront area, there's a lot of resorts, dive shops, Absolute Scuba Bali, OK Divers, a few of the bigger ones down here, Waterworks, etc. And you'll find down here, it doesn't have the same amount of hustle. There's people doing snorkel trips, a few dive boats, but it's a bit more relaxed on the main beach. A few more places to eat, looking out over to the water. Unfortunately today, I think most of the boats have been cancelled going across to the Gillies because of the choppy weather, except for the big boats which are going straight to Lombok. So as you walk down to the left-hand side of the beach, facing outward to the ocean, you come across an intersection. And on the right-hand side, that takes you up to Warung Laut, where we're going to head up later for some fish. And if you turn left, that takes you up to the Blue Lagoon luxury resort, details below, and you'll also see a track down to the Blue Lagoon beach, which we're going to go to now. Lynn's just a little bit ahead of me, so I'm going to try and catch up with her. So once you get to Blue Lagoon, in the car park there's some steps. Just follow the steps down, there's probably about 50 of them, and you're at the beach. When you're at the top, you'll see all of the dugongs out there with the snorkelers. It's really not that far out. I think you could actually just snorkel from the shore here. A lot of people say get the boat, but it's probably about a 50-metre swim, it's not that far. Well, we had a good swim, and we've heard there's a warung out on the point, so we're going to go for a walk up there, see what they've got. Apparently they do a fair bit of fish and prawns and that type of thing, so we're going to go see what seafood out on the Padangbai point's like. It's a nice view up here too when you're walking. You actually get a really good view down on the harbour.
So that's the trevally, that's the red snapper, but we have gone for the white snapper today, which is there.
White snapper include rice, vegetable and sauce.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Okay.
Sounds great. So it includes rice, vegetables and sauce too. Which sauce? What sauce do you have?
Garlic sauce.
Garlic sauce.
Yes.
You have any sambal, like sambal mata?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Garlic?
Garlic, yeah.
So we're here at Sari Laut and we've got ourselves a red snapper and we got 5 of the prawns as well. It's a 5-minute walk up from Padangbai. Get up here, find Sari Laut, look down, you've got the whole of Padangbai Bay there, have some nice seafood, enjoy your day before or after you go for a snorkel. At the main port intersection, you'll see the main road in, and then on the left-hand side as you drive in, there's a small little cut through, one way only, that takes you to the main beach area, and then you've got the main ferry terminal. But on the right-hand side of that road, you'll see a little street called Jalan Pentara Nagung. And on this street, if we go walking on that, that's what will take us to Bias Tugel, which is one of the best beaches in this area. So I've been told from a couple of locals that just after the bamboo guest house, there's a left-hand turn. And on that left-hand turn, that'll take you to the beach. I think it's probably where these people have just come out. So as you come up the road, you're going to see a sign that says, I think it's supposed to say White Sand Beach. This sign may or may not be here when you come here. And then you'll find that there's a little gate here that you can just duck under. And apparently it's a 300-metre walk up to the beach. A couple of little dogs here, some chickens. This looks like it could be a very interesting walk. What you doing? Chickens. A bit of a cow shed, I think. And then we just start the walk up the hill. It's probably on a, well, let's call it a 30-degree slant. And it's really just crushed rock, or larger rocks. Got a bike coming up behind me. Hello. Bit of a rough ride. He's got a gas bottle. Probably going up to some warungs, I would say, that are up the top or down on the beach. So as you walk up, you start to see Padangbai down below. And back to the hills. It's nice and scenic, a little bit out there. It's pretty cloudy here today, but I suppose on a sunny day walking through this tree canopy part would be nice. The track is pretty easy. There are a couple of offshoots, but the main track itself is very well worn and easy to follow. I suppose this is one of the advantages to this type of beach at Padangbai, at Bias Tugel. It's not like Kuta or Canggu or even Sonora like that, where you're going past BMO drivers and scooters and singlet sellers, etc., etc. It's pretty much a walk in nature. There's nothing built up here. There is an abandoned hotel. You can see it from on the other point, but this is relatively just walking through Bali nature. I've come to another intersection, but I can see the water on that side through the trees. So I'm pretty sure that this is the direction. Start heading down towards the beach. It's still very grey, but we'll just have to see what it's like when we get down there. I can see some glimpses already. I noticed this on the other way. You've got to the beach on the left, and you've also got some signs on the right to the beach. And I'm pretty sure that most of the different tracks lead you to different warungs. So the shop owners down there, it's their best way of getting you to stay at their warung, use their lounges, eat their food, etc. Not a bad business practice, but it does make it a little bit hard when you're seeing multiple signs on entry points. So just a bit rocky here, but still quite an easy path. It's a very worn path, so it makes it simple to walk down as he falls. So first glimpse of the beach. It's blowing a gale, it's windy, but I suppose this is real YouTube. Can't show everything on a sunny day. This is how it is today. Let's get down and have a look. There is also a road you can take. I probably won't go down that, but I might ride the bike on it later just to show it. It was that road that I originally went down on that I turned left on. Hello. I'm just looking at the beach to start with, yeah.
Where are you from?
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah. Yeah. I may come back. Okay, I'll have a look around first. Okay. Okay. So just getting down onto the beach. Okay, there's a number of warungs down here. You can also see that abandoned hotel up on the cliff top. So unlike Blue Lagoon, you've actually got a lot of more traditional warungs on this side. Quite a natural beach, although it's a bit rough today. So I count about 7 or 8 warungs up here. I think this would be a pretty fantastic beach on a calm day with the water being a bit turquoise, snorkeling out there. But today it's a bit choppy, overcast, not the best day. The beach itself has quite a drop off, so I think if you do go in for a swim on a rough day like this, you might just want to watch out for the rips and the tides. But the warungs look good. They look old style, they look homely, they look very Balinese. So I'm just walking back up the cliff. So that was Bias Tugel. It's a nice beach. It's overcast, it's choppy, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But there's hundreds of them. Would you come here? If you were at Padangbai and you had a connection that you had 6 or 7 hours to wait for, or you got here early in the morning and your boat was later in the afternoon, yeah, there's lots of dukongs and boats coming in and out of Padangbai, so you could walk across the cliff, go to either Blue Lagoon or here and spend your day, and it'd be quite enjoyable rather than waiting down at Padangbai. But if you're going to do a drive to come here just to see this beach, there's better beaches. Nothing wrong with it, it's just, you get a lot of these beaches called Secret Beach and the Cove and all that type of thing, but they're all around Bali. It's nice, but I wouldn't make a special trip here for it. But if you're in Padangbai, it's a good walk. I'm going to come and grab some fish. I will, yes. Can I try one? One of these?
One?
Yep, and dua.
Dua?
Yeah. How much is that?
20.
20? Easy, thank you.
No rice?
Nah, just try. I've already eaten today. So.
Kalau nakal dimarahi. Kalau nak nakal nak dimarahi. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's a bit windy here, and I've got in a plastic bag, as they always give it to you, wrapped up in paper. A couple of little fish satay. I believe it's mahi. And I've also got a piece of fish wrapped up in a bamboo leaf. So I've got the camera hanging from a tree, so I won't be able to give you some close-ups, but I've taken a couple while it's getting cooked. You've got the idea. So I want to try this one first. Actually, I might try the satay sticks first because they're going to get colder quicker. So mahi fish, just cooked over the grill. Yeah, that's a nice flavour. They're nice and fresh. Ooh, a little spice with that. That's got a really good kick of chilli on it. Yeah, I like that. You can go to any of the restaurants here in Padangbai while you're waiting for your ferry. But if you're here between 10 and 1, I'd say come over, right-hand side of the ferry port, check out this little warung that's just doing satay, fish, and fish in a banana leaf. You won't get better. And that was 20,000 rupiah, $2 Australian. Yeah, you're not going to beat that. I don't care who tells you what, wherever you go. Okay, just going to put my rock down there on the paper. So there's your fish, and it just unwraps in that banana leaf. And it's like, the consistency looks like it's a mashed fish. It's got some vegetable in it, a little bit of spice. That's nice. $2 snack. Gee, I could have a couple of them. They're nice. That's really, really good. This is the reason why we decided, let's get out of the main tourist areas. Let's start traveling. Let's start having experiences. God, that's good. That's really, really good. There's no wow, ooh, that is good. And on this street coming in, there's a lot of ticket sellers and also a lot of smaller warungs and local warungs. I think there's also a combi shopping centre here, small shopping centre if you've got anything you want to get before you go over to the islands. But this is really a thoroughfare onto those bigger ferries that are heading to Lombok and further afield. And then in the middle of town, you've got the smaller jetty, which has got the smaller boats going to the Gillies, Nusa, Lembongan, Penida, etc. As you come into town, there's a couple of temples, main temples on the left-hand turn, and that's where you get this huge lineup of traffic, which is basically everybody coming in to drop people off for the ferries. I think it'd be best walking around the back streets of Padangbai and through the little lanes late at night once all the main traffic's gone, the main boats have gone over to Lembongan or Penida, Gillies. I think you'd see more of the real life of the people that live in Padangbai. In the main part of Padangbai, if you haven't bought a ticket already, there's plenty of sellers, plenty of places to get some food, but just get yourself ready for a bit of a lineup if you're getting one while you get here. So that's the main street coming into Padangbai. As you come into the main road, you turn left, and there's just that traffic jam of people getting dropped off for boats. As you get a bit further round, it starts to peter out a little bit, and you've got a few of the better restaurants if you want to have something good to eat. There's Fridays, there's Amang, and there's D Steel Coffee and Kitchen. And there's also a couple of places that do baguettes and sandwiches. There's a couple of places here at Canggu prices, and there's also a couple of good warungs. Now, speaking about good warungs, if you go into the parking lot, just follow the cars round, you'll find Martini's. Now, Martini's does really good satay. It's known for its satay, but it does do a lot of other warung dishes as well. And there's a couple of good warungs in this area, which are cheaper, better value. Your dollar will go a lot further. On the main street, ticket sellers, food stalls, and then you've got the walkway out here, which takes you out to the ferries. So you come out of the ferry terminal, and hopefully in good weather, they walk you out to the port. Anyone can walk out onto the ferry wharf. Looks like you don't need a ticket because I've just walked straight through. And you've got larger ferries all out here waiting for passengers. And from here you can see smaller dukongs, passenger boats, and that hill that you see in the distance, that's the road that leads to Blue Lagoon. So standing on the beach you can see the larger ferry terminal with the trucks loading on, buses loading. It does have a lot of people going on there as well, so those ferries are going further afield. I would say that's going directly to Lombok, Sulawesi, Sumbawa,